up, you guys? It's your girl DeeDee. Welcome back. So I am back with a Tia Mowry updated video, you guys. So Tia Mowry is still out here trying to find love after her divorce, y'all. Now y'all remember Tia Mowry went on a divorce tour. She said her divorce was a celebration and a graduation, and it was a success, honey.
My marriage was a success.
Yeah.
I look at it as like a curriculum when you're in college or high school, right? Yeah. And at the end of that curriculum, and at the end, there's a graduation, there's a celebration.
And so she, on that divorce tour, you know, talked about her divorce and how it was a success and she got 2 beautiful kids out of it, as if Cory was just there for the ride. Like, you know, she didn't really, you know, expound on his feelings or the things that he had to deal with in all of this process. And so as she was going on her, you know, celebration and her graduation and saying that her divorce was a success, when the divorce was finally over, Tia was back out on the market looking for love once again. And she's been looking for love, and she's been trying to find love because she wants love. She wants it. Even though she had it, that love wasn't good enough. And now she's still out here trying to figure out what's in the DMs at 40-something years old. I want to let you guys hear a bit of what she had to say. So listen to what she had to say. Here we go.
I thought y'all were back together. What goes down in the DM? Would you marry me if you knew me well? What the hell? What the helianti? Are you interested in younger men like myself? How young we talking? Do you know how old I am? I'm very flattered. Not you outside again. I thought y'all were back together. Let's normalize co-parenting in a healthy way.
Yeah, I mean, listen, people were speculating that they were possibly back together, and especially at the BET Awards, she had on this brown dress and he had on this outfit with brown in it, and people were saying that they probably are back together because they were coordinating, but that doesn't seem like that's the case. And some even speculated that she was on the low trying to get back with Cory, and Cory declined because Cory had to go through some things. Cory was not really feeling this divorce. I don't think that he wanted the divorce. So he took it a lot harder than Tia. While she was on a celebration and a graduation, he was over there crying himself to sleep at night because he did not want to break up his family. He loved his wife. He loved his kids. So he did not want this. Clearly, it was all about what Tia wanted. Tia was acting in a selfish manner to please herself. It wasn't about the children. It wasn't about the husband. It was about what she wanted. And that is what it tends to be when women leave the marriage. It's all about them, all about their feelings, all about their expectations, all about what they want. Not about what you want, not about your feeling, not about anything about you, but it's a selfish nature because you don't consider that person or your kids. You consider what you want, and it's all about you, and you make harsh decisions, and then you think that you're going to get a bigger, better reward after you do something like this. And she's not the first woman to leave her husband, break up her family, but they all have something in common. When they go out here thinking that the grass is green on the other side, they end up realizing that they had the best that they was going to get, and they don't end up having the best outcomes, and they end up complaining, and they become bitter, and they become confused about why they can't snag another man that's better than the man that they had. This is a common theme for women who tend to break up their homes thinking that they could get so much more and then end up single for the rest of their lives. Now, I don't know if Tia is going to end up like that, but we have certainly seen many examples of women who have hit the wall and they're in their 50s, Vivica Fox, and a whole lot of the others, Lisa Ray and many others who end up single, still looking for a man at 50 and 60 years old, but having a hard time finding one. Tia is headed down that trajectory. Hopefully she finds what she's looking for, but usually it doesn't happen. But let's continue.
Things don't always have to be toxic. But yeah, I'm outside. No, I'm in my bedroom. I'm inside. I just think you're absolutely amazing. You display so much grace, and beautiful doesn't even begin to describe you. I know DMs aren't the way, laugh out loud, but I just had to say it. I think that's cute. That's like a nice way to slide into a DM.
Now, people were in the comments, but people weren't all on her side. People were like, why is she sitting like that with her legs open? Ew. People were like, no, we don't want you to do this anymore. Like, you know, all of the comments weren't positive, but once again, I think women don't know how to gauge where they stand in the dating market, especially when you've been married for so many years and you're back out there. I think a lot of women don't understand how this works. You know, a lot of women, because they are selfish and they only think about themselves, they don't think about the male's perspective and what they think and what they want. And when they get out here, they expect all men to just, you know, follow their lead, and that typically does not happen. And once again, Tia Mowry has been doing a lot of, you know, weird things on social media. She's been kind of like putting, you know, exposing her body more and doing more sexually provocative things on social media, which when you're in your 40s, and I'm not saying because you're in your 40s and you're an older woman that you can't be sexy and you can't be cute, but you can. But when you're married, you got to understand there's certain boundaries that you don't cross as a married woman, and it shouldn't be something that you should be pushing to do knowing that you have a husband. And in my opinion, just based off what I've been seeing from Tia Mowry, is that she's tried to push that. She's been wanting to do these things, and the only way that you can really do the things that you want is to walk away from your husband so you can be free and free to explore and free to just, you know, do whatever you want, explore your sexuality, do whatever it is that you want, and you don't have to worry about a man who opposes the things that you want to do. So when women feel like that, they feel like, I got to get rid of him. I got to get rid of him because he's in my way. He's stopping my hustle. He's stopping my grind. He's stopping the things that I want to do. So this isn't for me anymore. It doesn't serve me anymore. Maybe it served me years ago, but it doesn't serve me anymore. And I'm ready to be done with this. I want to go on, but I still want love. But I want a man who's going to be okay with me exploring my sexuality. A man who's going to be okay with me going out, being outside and do what I want to do and still love me regardless. And women who do that are in for a rude awakening, because the man who loves you and cares about you, they all tend to be the same way. And so I think while she's out here worried about the DMs and who in the DMs, she's looking and fishing for attention from any man who's interested, because the grass is not really proving to be so green on that other side. But when you think that you can do so much better and that what you had was so bad, and you think that you can do so much better, and when you don't, they come to a real awakening where they realize, dang, you may have messed up. It's not what you thought it was. And now it's too late to even go back, because now the man that you had has moved on. This is where you find women trying to circle back, trying to double back, trying to go back to the man, and he done moved on. And once again, when Cory finally meets another woman that he wants to be with and want to marry her and start a whole new life, this is when it really gets real for these women, where they start to become bitter and mad and angry and start having these questions and making all these videos crying, talking about, what did I do? But it's too late. It's too late.